Question: Supreme Commander and Count Bling Lord of the Multiverse Klavan, upon whose head the light of the sun reflects almost as brightly as the truth of God does off his silver tongue. Hail. I just may end the whole mailbag right there. I think I'm done. I'm just not a naturally big guy. I'm shorter than most people, and although I do exercise regularly, I'm never the strongest guy in my class. I also have had a very privileged childhood in which I never had to get in a fight. You often talk of the importance of manhood, and something I associate with that is protecting one's family. I'm just a teenager, but as I think about the possibility of being a parent, this concerns me. How can I convince my kids to stand for truth if when a push comes to shove, I can't? Do you think it is important for a man to know how to fight? And if so, how should I go about learning? Thanks, a fellow brother in Christ, Silas. I think let's say I think it's a good thing for a man to know how to fight. Anyone can lose a fight. Anybody can lose a fight. You can always be sucker punched. You can always be overpowered. A bigger guy can beat you no matter how. This is why when real self-defense people are training women in self-defense, they say, if you're attacked by a man, strike once, disable him, and run like hell, because in a long fight, a man will overpower a woman. And once it comes to grappling, it is very hard for a woman to overpower a man. Still, you are absolutely right that there are situations that you get into where you don't want to get into a fight, where if you can fight, that fight can be avoided. I was in a lot of fights as a kid, but after a while I stopped because I realized it was insane. I haven't lifted a hand in anger in adulthood, and I hope never to have to do it. But I am a black belt. I have a black belt in karate. I studied it. I had my son study it. He had a double, triple black belt or something like that. I mean, he's really good at it. It's a good thing. It gives you confidence. It gives you strength of purpose. And courage is that virtue. Courage is a virtue without morality, right? You can be courageous and evil, and you can be courageous and good, but you can't stand up for your other virtues if you don't have courage. And having physical courage helps. It helps you have spiritual courage. So do I think it's important for a man to at least feel that if he has a shot, he can at least, get out of the way and maybe, run for it, or at least he won't be, there's no humiliation in losing a fight, but there can be humiliation in running away. I mean, there are times when you can't run away. And so that's the thing. So I think it's important. I think it's a good thing for a man to know at least how to handle himself and as you say, especially if you've been in a situation where you've never been in a fight, it's a good thing to know what it feels like to be hit, because it's not fun. People who have been punched, and I've been punched and I've punched people, it's not fun. And you want to know what that feels like before it happens to you when it matters.